No, man, but you got to keep going. What am I going to do, quit? That's not an option. You got to keep on keeping on. Life's a garden, dig it. You make it work for you. You never give up, man. That's my philosophy.
Hey gardeners, I hope you're all having a great week and everything is growing awesome in your gardens. Today is our National Heirloom Exposition Special. And I'm out here at the expo here in Ventura, California right now, checking out the big squash tower. One of the big features of the National Heirloom Exposition each and every year. Greeting all of the guests as they come in, filled with all of these just awesome different varieties of squash and pumpkins, and even some of my favorite lemon cucumbers. How awesome is this? And remember, don't climb the squash tower. So all right, everybody, let's get growing. All right, everybody. Let's give this one more try. For all of you joining us right now, we did have some technical difficulties and we are restarting our live stream. And unfortunately, we're going to be starting it right from the top anyways. But I want to thank all of you so much for getting back on here and joining with me for what is today our special 2024 National Heirloom Exposition Special Edition of the Let's Get Growing show here on the Urban Gardener channel. I'm Enoch, I'm your host, and I'm really glad to have all of you joining with me here today. So if you can, real quick here, right from the top of the show, definitely click that thumbs up, hit the like button there, as well as hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to be notified of upcoming videos and live streams, and share with all of your gardening friends out there and let them know what fun show we have here each and every weekend, normally on Saturdays and Sundays, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, except for today, we're doing a special edition of the National Heirloom Exposition. And a little bit later here in just a few minutes, we will be joined with our good friend, Sarah Hood from sarahseedshop.com, who's usually doing some trivia for us on videos during our breaks, but we got her live. So we'll also do a little bit of trivia as well too here coming up in just a minute. And also real big huge shout out to all of you who are following along with us on our replay. Thank you so much for joining with me here, and also get down into the comment section below. Love to hear from you and hear what you got growing on. And if you do have any questions or comments or anything, be sure to join the chat right there as well too. And you just might have your comment or question featured on the show. I'd love to hear from all of you. So definitely be sure to be jumping into the comments there. Say hi, say hello. And again, too, we might just feature your comment on the show. And also, too, we have some really great interviews coming up here. I took and did a few different interviews with some previous guests on the Let's Get Growing show while I was down at the National Heirloom Exposition. And so we've got links down below in the description to all of their channels as well, too. So be sure to go check out some of those channels if you haven't already. And one of the things you can do, too, really is one of the things I love it when y'all do this is go show some support on their channels. Maybe go find one of their most recent videos or something, jump into their comment section and leave them a comment and let them know that you saw them here on the Let's Get Growing show. So that would be really awesome too. And again, too, we're going to do a quick here rundown. Last Sunday on the show, we had our monthly gardening book club featuring Marta McDowell, author of All of the President's Gardens. It was just a really great book and a historical look at all of the founding of our country leading up to the establishment of the capital city, Washington, D.C., and all of the kind of gardening going around all of that as well too. Just some great, fun, fascinating history about all the gardens throughout our U.S. history here at the White House. Also, our next book club for October is going to be our good friend Ashley Thomas and her book, How to Become a Gardener. Ashley's been a guest on our show a couple of times already, and she has just a really wonderful, fantastic book, How to Become a Gardener. Find empowerment in creating your own food security. So we're really looking forward to talking with Ashley, with my co-host Mark Wilshay Colbert, on the third Sunday of October 20th. In fact, for that great interview with Ashley Thomas. You want to check out those book clubs. They're so much fun. Mark and I are just having a great time interviewing all of these great authors. And then also, too, we'll be right back to our normal schedule coming up this Saturday, but we're going to be doing a beekeeping weekend. All weekend, we're going to be talking beekeeping. We have a special featured guest this Saturday. David Burns from David Burns Beekeeping will be joining with us as well. We'll also be following the Hive Doctor on our Are You Following Me segment as well. Too, on Sunday, we're also going to have a fun beekeeping roundtable with Cayman Reynolds, Tennessee Bees, and Larissa Kwozak of Beekeeping Made Simple. They'll be joining with us as well to talk all about beekeeping, and I'll get some good information and see if beekeeping is for me or not. I'm really fascinated with it. I really want to get a beehive eventually, so this beekeeping weekend is going to be a great opportunity to learn a lot more about this hobby and in producing our own honey. Wouldn't that be really awesome to have your own honey and all of that as well too? So it's going to be a great fun weekend, so I hope you all come and join with us for that. So all right, again, we are again, for all of you who are joining with us now, we are kind of restarting the whole show again because of our technical difficulties that we ran into with a previous attempt at this already. So we'll see how well everything goes so far, and I hope everybody's hearing me all right, because that's kind of, I think, where it came from. Was something was going on with the audio. I think I tried to fix it, and that bug or whatever just shut things down and created all sorts of problems. So we just kind of basically had to restart this whole thing anyways. So again, thank you all so much for putting up with that, for one, and again, all of you who are joining with us now too, thank you for being with us here today for our special edition of the Let's Get Growing show, featuring some interviews and all of that from our recent visit to the National Heirloom Exposition. I mean, this was so much fun. I love going to the National Heirloom Exposition each and every year. They just moved it down last year to Southern California. Normally it's up in Northern California out of Santa Rosa, or at least in those first many years that they did that. But now it's down in Southern California out of Ventura County Fairgrounds, and man, it is so nice. It's right next to the beach. It's just such a great location, and man, it was a really, really great show this year. So again, it was just really, really awesome. And let's see here too. Again, I want to welcome everybody here as well too. And again, thanks to Jay for joining with us here as well too. And let's see here. I want to make sure we're going. Templin Acres says that sounds like a fun trip. It was a really fun trip. And let's see, we got So and Tara Katrina joining with us here again. Yes, thank you. Sounds good. Awesome. That's great. Sounding a lot better. We'll catch up with an interview here with Katrina here in just a few minutes as well too. And let's see here. We got Jay Dixon joining with us, mentioning there about our technical difficulties for sure. Oh my. But I guess, that's every now and then, that's something you got to deal with when you're doing live shows like this. So, all right. Anyways, let's get moving along right away right here today. We're going to take a real quick break here, and then we're going to come right back, and we'll be joined with our special co-host for our special edition today, Sarah Hood from Sarah's Seed Shop. Let's Get Growing is sponsored by IV Organic.
Hi, my name is Charles Malky, biologist and plant expert with IV Organics, where we grow cool plants and author Saving the World with the Home Garden. IV Organic 3-in-1 Plant Guard has 7 natural oils that protect your plants, not just from the summer heat as well as winter cold, but also protects your plants from damaging insects and rodents. The oils in the product include castor, cinnamon, clove, garlic, peppermint, rosemary, and spearmint. These oils are natural insect and rodent repellent oils, which are encapsulated by the base powder, offering your plants months of protection at a time. One application per year will suffice for protection against damaging summer sunburn and winter sun scald, but if the target is pests, application as much as 2 to 3 times a year may be necessary.
All right. Excellent. So far, so good. I did see something in the comments there that our issues before might have started anyways when we brought Sarah in. So let's see and hope that everything works out just fine this time as well too. So let's welcome to the show Sarah Hood from sarahseedshop.com. Sarah, how is it going?
It's going all right. Glad to be back.
All right. Hopefully everything's all right. Maybe we'll see. Hopefully. Anyways, how's everything growing on for you? I mean, we haven't talked with you since around the beginning of this gardening season.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a really good summer. Had a whole lot of things growing in my garden. I started out with the goal to grow at least one of everything that I have for sale in the seed shop. And I didn't quite make it. Didn't quite have enough space for everything, but I grew some new and unique things. I grew radicchio for the first time. I grew leeks. I had different kinds of carrots, tomatoes, peppers. Still got a lot of those going on. I grew cantaloupe for the first time, which was a lot of fun. So,
right on.
Season had a lot growing.
Okay, all right. Oh, wow, I wonder what is going on. There now seems to be, again, our audio issues, Jay is saying already, so I'm not sure what's happening with the... Oh, my. Anyways, let's see. Hopefully it's not too bad, but I don't want to be pushing any buttons right now like last time, so hopefully things will be all right here soon anyways. But okay, let's keep moving right along. We also have you here today. You usually do our garden trivia and usually on video forms. We don't take your live, so let's do a little bit of garden trivia today. Get started here. Let's get this going. Okay. Real quick here. All right. So for our first garden trivia question of today is...
Which of the following is not a defining characteristic of heirloom crops? Is it A, they've been around at least 50 years? B, they provide consistent yields? C, they're open pollinated? Or D, they're organic?
Oh, good question. So, all right, let's see, everybody. Do you know the answer to Sarah's trivia question? All right. So, and today we are talking about the National Heirloom Exposition and really fun trip. I did talk to you this a little bit before. You live actually in Missouri, so you're right there by Baker Creek's, or not too far away anyways, being in the same state, from Baker Creek's farm there in Missouri, right?
Yeah, I think about 3 hours away or something.
Excellent.
Right? Not too far.
Yeah, and you got a chance to go to see their farm a few years back as well, right?
Yeah, my mom and sister and I all went down there for a spring festival back about 5 or 6 years ago. And it was a lot of fun. A beautiful location. There were a lot of people there, some great vendors, great music going on. I just remember like walking around and just really enjoying being there, and just it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can't imagine. All of those greenhouses that they got, the restaurant, the seed shop. I mean, they got a whole basically like little city right there. Great.
Yes, there's so much, and it's so big. It's really amazing.
Yeah, yeah. And so you were there in spring, so that was probably either their flower festival or their spring festival. And then they got, of course, the heirloom exposition I just went to, and then I guess here in a couple of weeks they're going to be having their harvest festival out
Yeah,
there. Yeah,
yeah.
right on. Okay, well, without further ado, and again, for everybody who's joining with us again from our previous stream, I'm sorry that we're watching this again, but here is our first little clip and montage from my visit to the National Heirloom Exposition here just this last week. And we're here out at the 2024 National Heirloom Exposition. We've got lots and lots to check out here. This is such a really fun event every year. They've moved it down to Ventura County Fairgrounds here in Southern California now. And it's just a really wonderful event. We've got a lot to show you. So, all right, first off here today, let's go in the vendor hall and see who we can find. This is the exhibitor hall, where we've got all of the really cool different varieties of pumpkin, squash, melon, tomatoes, peppers, beans. There's just all sorts of stuff right up here inside this hall right now. Now here's one of the really cool things here at the exposition too, is that if you didn't get a chance to get one of the whole seed catalogs, they got all of their extras for the year before the new ones go on sale here, just to hand out to everybody. So this is a good reason to come out here and get yourself a free copy of the whole seed catalog. Another one of the great features of the National Heirloom Exposition, greeting everybody as they're coming into the exposition, is all this really great music. This band, Water Tower, really good.
As my lifestyle. Oh, and today I want to share with you guys my top 3 tips to enhance your health with your garden.
This depends on what we do every day. You know, what did I choose to eat for breakfast?
Really cool fun thing they do here is have this really cool poultry show, so you can see all the different varieties of chickens and all of that. And I'm thinking a lot about that because hopefully this next year I'm going to be able to get some chickens of my own. And really, I'd love to have some of these really cool, fun chickens that have just look so awesome. Yeah, great time for everybody here. Like half price pretty much on all of their different varieties of everything from beans, like almost everything you can find in the Baker Creek catalogs. That's why it's a good idea to come out here, use some of that money you save to get some put towards your trip costs, and come here and save some money on some seed. People are filling up all over the place. And I'm telling you what, this is even crazier than last year. This is amazing. Look at this. These are all heirlooms. They all got seeds. You can take some of these home just to take home some seeds. Oh, she's not playing around. Not playing around, are you? That's what I tell people, yeah. It's like a big old seed packet, right? Yeah. Right, all right. All right, you have a good time here? Wonderful, awesome, thank you. Hey, you're there, I'm here. You're there, I'm here. Hey, is that your people? This is my people. How are we doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, good, good. Oh, there he goes, climbing up the mountain. Right on. Look at that, even security's getting in on it. Look at that. Nice. That's good work. Wow, man, how fun is that, right? You guys got to get out here, come and meet me and hang out here at the National Heirloom Exposition 2025. I'm sure we're going to be having just as much fun, and if it's any bigger than it's grown from last year to this year, it's going to be even better next year. So mark it on your calendar, usually about the second week of September. But so awesome. And again, to the community here. This is what we're talking about on Let's Get Growing in the Urban Gardener channels. We're building community through gardening and growing. And this exposition is just kind of an extension of that community where we all get to hang out, we all get to get together and really kind of, just share that passion and that, that enthusiasm for growing and gardening and all of that we all share, and just really, really great. And so I want to thank all of you for spending your time here with me tonight and getting the chance to walk around and see everything that's been happening as we wind down the closing moments. Oh, we gotta remove it. Oh, we're just having so much fun with technical things around here for sure.
Technology.
Yeah. So I guess one of the things, I don't know what we're gonna do here. Audio kind of goes this and that. So I'm gonna try to kind of like mute in and out when we come in here and do that or something. I don't know what to do here really. We've got some sort of bug in this whole thing on right now. But again, it's great to have you here with us, Sarah. Let's see here. I was going to say, I guess there was a question someone wanted to know from you about. Sarah, do you raise any seed for any of your seed shop? Or, of course, I think most of them are from other growers and stuff, right?
Yeah, I get most of my seed from True Leaf Market. I grow garlic, organic heirloom garlic, and I'm selling that. So, but that's the only thing I grow that I have in the seed shop.
Oh, excellent. I also did want to say to everybody out there too that you heard in the music there in that previous clip was from a band called Water Tower, and they are just really great. I had fun. They played throughout the whole 3 days there at the Heirloom Exposition, and I had a chance to kind of hang out with them and talk to them and everything. Just a bunch of really great guys, and they gave us permission to use some music for our show and everything. So again, I want to thank them as well too for all that great music, and I did put a link down below for them too, so you can check them out too as well. Yeah, you like some bluegrass music there, huh?
Oh yeah,
I saw you dancing a little there during the whole deal. Excellent. Right on. Well, let's get to the answer to our trivia question today. I hope everybody had a chance to think about that. The trivia question was,
which of the following is not a defining characteristic of heirloom crops? They've been around at least 50 years. B, they provide consistent yields. C, they're open pollinated, or D, they're organic. So the answer to this question Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, and the answer is?
Oh, yeah. The answer is D. They're organic. So a lot
Yeah.
of heirlooms are grown organically, but that's not like a qualifying or a defining characteristic of heirlooms. So
Yeah, it's always good to grow them organically.
yes, definitely.
So it's definitely got to be a characteristic, but it's not an official characteristic.
Right, yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, Sarah, for that. Let's see. All right, and let's see here. We're moving right along with the show here. We've got, again, like I said, we're going to be playing a few different interviews about, that I took during the show. And I know we got in the audience right now. We've got Katrina Krakow from Sew and Tear. So let's check out that little interview I did with her. All right, everybody, we're over in the exhibitor hall right now, and we're catching up with Katrina. She's been on the show. It's so great to be able to meet some of the people that we get to interview on the show right here, live in person at the expo.
In person.
Absolutely. Katrina, how's it going?
It's going really well. Last time I talked with you, I was on an urban homestead.
Yeah.
I just moved to near you.
Yeah.
On almost 70 acres. So
70 acres?
70. I didn't tell you that, did I?
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of space.
It's going to be a brand new adventure, and I have a YouTube channel you can follow it on. And
absolutely.
Yeah, and
that's awesome.
Today,
yeah. Tell us about what you got going on today.
Yeah, so today I have a booth today. This is the last day of the Heirloom Expo. And I've been doing a daily interactive thing here. Today's is best advice for first-time gardeners. If people want advice, they can read it. If they want to give advice, they can give advice here. So it's been often awesome. Everybody is an expert in your own yard.
Yeah.
Everybody's an expert in your own garden.
That's right.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
So share your knowledge.
Share your knowledge. That's a great piece of advice right there for sure. Share. That's what we love to do. And, it's one of the things that makes the gardening community so great and so awesome is that, we got so many talented people throughout and all over the place, growing all over, and sharing our knowledge is one of the best things we can do to help pass that along to everybody else too.
Absolutely.
And you do a great job. And I was going to say too, when I came here last year and I got to meet Katrina here, she had this really great prime real estate. Look at this. She's right by the door. Everybody coming in. She gets to grab a hold of everyone coming in. And believe me, when they come in here, this is one of the best halls and everything. So you probably got one of the best spots.
And they put me back here. They put me back here this year.
Again this year too.
And it's hilarious because you see people come in and show them what they see when they come in.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Look at this. Yeah.
Show them what they see when they come in.
Yeah. We've been exactly,
And people do this. They don't know what to do, and people are backing up behind them trying to get in. It's hilarious.
Exactly. And then I was here for the seed swap. It'll happen a little bit later, but that whole line was coming up all the way back here and everything.
143. Yes, you're welcome.
Right on. See what I'm saying? People are passing by right here, grabbing a hold of you right away. It's perfect.
Speakers. There's speakers at this event. There's 4 different stages, and if you need to get to one, you ask anybody what time it is.
That's right. Exactly. You don't want to miss any of those talks, especially for sure. Yeah. So really great to see you, Katrina, again. This is so awesome. We'll have to have you back on the show real soon. But again, definitely. It's especially seeing how you're a lot closer. Maybe we can even just get a video and do a visit or something like that would just be really, really amazing. We'll have to work on that for sure. Awesome. It's all right. Thanks again, Katrina.
Thank you.
You betcha. Yeah. All right. What a great fun interview there with Katrina Krakow from Sew and Tear. She's been a guest here on our show earlier this season, and definitely great to catch up with her. I got to meet her again, like we said, in last year's show, and again too. What a great spot that she has right there at the front of that doorway and everything too, and she gets to talk to everybody there. And that cool little thing that she's got, which is a great idea, where everybody gets to put in different tips and tricks and thoughts and ideas about beginning and gardening and all of that too. So that's really fun. All right, let's see here. We're gonna try this again too. I really wish I could figure out what it is about our audio situation here, but again, great to have you here with us, Sarah, for our little live stream here we're doing today. And again, too, kind of like getting into again to what we've been growing and doing this in our gardens and all of that as well too. What was kind of what was one of your best crops? I know you said you grew a different thing. What really grew best for you this year?
Probably my carrots, actually. And carrots can be kind of challenging. I know my mom has tried growing them so many times, and they never grow really well for her. And I planted a bunch this year. I planted so many carrots, and they grew so well. I was amazed. I've always had decent success with carrots, and I'm not sure why, except maybe they like really poor quality soil, because I always plant them in like the worst soil.
Right.
And for some reason they grow really well. And so I was harvesting carrots from probably like early June until maybe about 3 weeks ago. Like, just throughout the summer, I just kept harvesting carrots, and I love carrots. And so I was really, really glad to have such a good crop of carrots.
Yeah. I found that carrots were kind of an issue as well for me too for quite a while and everything. And I'm not sure, maybe you're right. I should probably try to, put in some, not so organic soil, or not necessarily organic, but a soil with so much organic material in it and so much, just nutrients and all of that sort of stuff for them. And maybe that might do them a little bit better. I'm not sure. But this year, I mean, again, it wasn't as good as yours, but I still had plenty of carrots that actually came along. And it is kind of tricky to get them started too, because again, they're one of those types of seeds. For one, they don't want to be too deep in the soil. And then they also need to be kind of wet the whole time, moist the whole time. You can't let them dry out at all, really. And if you want a really good, good amount of carrots growing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
found
they
that?
need water, at least when they're seeds. I didn't water them a whole lot once they were established, and they probably didn't need it because I didn't thin them at all, so they were growing really thickly. So that might have helped to hold the moisture in. But yeah, they as soon as they got established, they just took off. It's pretty amazing.
That's awesome. Really awesome. And again, too, thank you all so much for joining with us here today. We're going to keep moving along here with some more interviews from folks that I got to meet and see. And actually, they're mostly former guests of our show and everything too. So we got some more great interviews coming up here in just a moment. And I just want to remind all of you that there are links right down below to all of our guests that we have on the show and all of our interviews there too. And I really encourage you all to, go hit some of those links, go visit some of our guests and interviews, and leave some comments on maybe one of their videos or something like that. That would be really cool and show some support to them and let them know that you saw them here on the Let's Get Growing show. And so without further ado, let's move on to another great former guest that we had on the show, Bevan Cohen from Small House Farm. So, all right, everybody, we're here at the National Heirloom Expo, and we're here with our good friend Bevan Cohen, who's been on the show with us a couple of times. Bevan, it's so awesome to see you here. Get to see you in person, man.
Enoch, I'm stoked to see you, my man.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I just want to catch a couple of minutes here with you, talk about everything. It's the second day of the show. How are things going for you this year? I know you do a lot here.
been really busy.
It's been an exciting time for sure. The amount of people through these gates right off the get-go, a few thousand people came out to the expo, hundreds of people at the seed swap, so many fruits and vegetables on display, man. It's like Disney World, but for adults.
That's great. Yeah. And if anybody didn't get the chance to catch the live stream, I did actually just a little bit earlier today. I know it's in the future now, but we were at the seed swap, and that is wild, man. And I am telling you that one of the coolest things and funnest things that they have going on here at the expo is this seed swap. I couldn't believe it. I mean, right behind us, it was stretched all the way out that door and looped around.
Well,
how
it's
crazy
cool.
is that
It's
for you?
it's super crazy, and I mean, I met people over there that come from all over the country. They bring in their seeds, they're bringing their stories. They just want to hang out, learn from other gardeners. It's so much fun. I had more than one person say to me today, "This is the greatest day of my life." That's what they're saying. Isn't that awesome? It's the greatest day of my life now too.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there's just so much fun going on. So the seed swap, like I said, is really just phenomenal. If you haven't had a chance to check out the live stream I did, you got to check it out. It's really cool, really fun. But also, you're a great author and all of that, and you're here to talk and do a speaker talk here at the show too as well. So what's all of that about?
We're doing a couple of them. So actually here in a little bit, I'm going to skedaddle off. I'm doing a panel with some folks. We got Lucy Hutchins from the UK. She's going to be in there. Karen Golden, also from Michigan. She's coming out there. Don Tipping is going to be there. We got some great cats, and we're going to be talking about preservation of seeds. If we're going to maintain an entire seed catalog, how do we choose what goes in the catalog? How do we pick the varieties that we want to preserve and share? Yeah, so we're going to be talking about that. And then tomorrow in the morning, we're going to talk about community seed share programs. So we're doing a whole thing about seed libraries, seed swaps, and how folks can start one of those programs right in their own community.
That's awesome. That's one of the things we really love talking about is these cool programs and organizations that people put together and all that. And how can we emulate that in other areas as well too? Because a lot of this stuff's really important. Seeds, man.
It's all about the seeds.
That's right. Well, thanks again, Bevan, for stopping by for a minute here.
Pleasure,
and joining
man.
with us. And
All right. Yeah, another fun interview there with Bevan Cohen. Really great guy. So fun to talk to. Bevan has his own podcast as well, too, called Seeds and Weeds, which you can find at smallhousefarm.com. I also have a link to the Small House Farm YouTube page down below as well for you all to check out there as well, too. So it was really fun to finally catch up with him again at the expo. And as we mentioned there too, they have this seed swap there, and the seed swap is just unbelievable. And if you guys didn't get a chance to check out, I did a live stream where we kind of walked through kind of the exhibit hall there while I was there, and then I kind of joined in with the seed swap because we were giving away little packets of Prax cherry tomato seeds from our good friend and old YouTuber, retired YouTube gardener Ray Browning over at Praxis 55712, and I've been kind of giving away those seeds now for years. We got a bunch of those set up and with little promo cards for the show and everything. So I set up there for the seed swap to give those out and hand those out, and I just couldn't believe it. And if you see it in the live stream, it just shows you all the people who are just stretched in lines, like I was talking about, lines out the building and around the building and everything for everybody to get into this seed swap. And it's always really kind of been a popular part of the National Heirloom Exposition, even when they were in Northern California. But it's amazing how many seeds that they have and what they're giving away there. I mean, we're gonna have to find a way to get you there, get something going for Sarah's Seed Shop for our next seed swap there too as well.
I was just thinking, man, I would love to go there and just have some seeds there. Like, that would be amazing.
Yeah, they're really cool. And even they have them set even in like bowls and different things where you can scoop them out into your own like little packets and everything like that. And Jay, while I was there, gave me like the best idea, I think, and I wish I would have thought about it before this one, but we'll definitely have to do this next year. But they have all these things where you can scoop up different seeds from different places. And there were people looking around for envelopes. And I was like, what we need are Let's Get Growing envelopes that people can just grab so that they could fill up the different seeds from all around the seed swap there, and then take home little envelopes with our Let's Get Growing things there too. Maybe we do one side with Let's Get Growing, and on the other side we could put Sarah's Seed Shop on there as well too, or something, right? That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Yeah, that would be great. Well, right on, right on. Well, let's move right along here with our next interview here for the show. We've got, let's see, who do we want to play next? Oh, let's check out an interview with one of our good friends of the show. We've done lots of videos and had him on our show here as well. Our good friend, John Kohler from Growing Your Greens. So, all right, everybody, you know, we can't go to the National Heirloom Exposition without taking some time out to talk with our good friend, John Kohler from Growing Your Greens.
What's up?
Right on, John. So we had you on the show just recently. We were talking about coming here to the National Heirloom Expo, and you had a talk, which was just yesterday.
Right.
And man, it was a really great talk. I know we talked just a little bit about it on the show, but you want to just let us a little bit know more about what the talk was and how it went?
Sure, yeah. So the talk was with my friend, Dr. Jeff Pierce, and we talked about making your garden your medicine cabinet. When most people would think about that, they think, oh, garden my medicine cabinet. Oh, I can grab this herb when I have a headache and I eat this for this issue. And that to me is kind of similar, like, hey, when you get a headache, take an aspirin. It's like drugs. So we didn't even talk about nothing like that. We talked about lifestyle medicine, which my friend, Dr. Jeff Pierce, is accredited in. And we talked about basically preventing disease, and most common diseases that Americans get could be completely prevented and even reversed in some cases through just living a healthy lifestyle, which includes eating properly, getting exercise, getting enough sleep, reducing the toxins in your life, as well as many other things. And of course, I'll be sharing the presentation on my YouTube channel at Growing Your Greens at some future point. And yeah, it's probably the most well-attended talk at this event. The room was packed, and other talks I go into, there's like maybe 10, 15. I think Josh's talk had like 5 people in it. So
that poor guy.
Yeah.
Well, he did have the very first talk. He
yeah.
opened up the show, so we'll give him credit there for sure. But again, too, I went and saw that talk. I was really looking forward to it, but I was really amazed by Dr. Jeff. That was just a really great part of that, what you guys did there. So much so, we invited Dr. Jeff to come on the show, so we're going to have him on to talk more about that here in the future, which is great. But you also get a booth here, John, too, as well.
It's so much work.
Here and
I
all
probably
this
shouldn't have a booth, because if I didn't have a booth, I'd be able to connect with more people and learn about more cool things going on here. I'm literally just sitting and stuck behind the booth, and I get nabbed every 5 minutes. I barely get time to set up my booth. I barely get time to do anything else, unfortunately.
Yeah. You want to show us a little bit of what you got growing on here real quick?
All right, so probably one of the main things I'm doing here is that I was trying to get genetics out to people, because that's very important. Of course, my favorite plant that I grow is the tree collards. So I brought 21 green perennial tree collards and 11 purple perennial tree collards, and they all sold out. Actually, I think I got one left, actually. And I also brought some papaya and some moringa for people to buy. In addition, I also talked about freeze drying, which is my favorite food preservation technique, that you can store food for up to 25 years. There are about 4 companies that make the freeze dryer, and what I can tell you is that the only company I recommend is the Stay Fresh freeze dryer. This is the best brand, the best company. They got a temperature probe. They got real stainless steel tubing. They also have industrial grade clamps here, instead of like screw in like plumbing, things that could leak, because the threads will leak the vacuum, and then your cycle time will increase drastically or may not even work. In addition, I also sold some seeds, such as my perennial tree collards as well as the achataba. And then of course I'm promoting the juicer. And today at the show, I'm promoting the Nama J2 juicer. This is my favorite juicer. It allows you to concentrate the amount of vegetables and leafy greens you can get into. I don't necessarily recommend actually juicing high volumes of fruit.
So if you want to check out all the things that John Kohler's got growing on, definitely check him out at growingyourgreens.com and on YouTube for Growing Your Greens as well too. We'll have links down below. Thanks, John, so much.
All right, thanks for having me, Edith.
You got it.
All right. Another great interview with John Kohler, really good friend of the show. So great to have him join with us here for that interview. And again, too, like I said, links are all down below for all of our guests. Be sure to go check them out too. And he was, again, as we mentioned there in the interview, he did this talk with Dr. Jeff Pierce. And I think Jay put a link to his website as well too there. And I thought that talk was just so amazing in how they were talking about growing. And as everybody who might know John Kohler, in what he's done over the years for gardening and all of that, is he really gardens for health. He gardens to, he's to better his health. He had health issues early on in his life and found that turning to, vegetable-based diet, a plant-based diet, worked well for him, and so he's a real advocate of that. But when I heard this talk with him, he had Dr. Jeff Pierce. They kind of shared the stage together to talk about this stuff. He just really made some really great points about the difference of what we do in modern medicine in a way. He gave a great explanation of how, like with acute issues that we have, that it's great to have this modern medicine. It's great to have pills and things that we can take to alleviate pain and things like that might be a real issue at the moment. But for things that are chronic illnesses and chronic issues that people have, most of those things can really be solved by diet. And it's just really interesting to kind of hear him talk about all of those sort of things. And yeah, just really great. So I look forward to having Dr. Jeff. We're working on getting him on the show so we can talk and dig into that just a little bit more. What do you think about all of that? Eating for health, Sarah?
That's the way to do it, definitely. Best way to maintain your health is preventative, and the best way to do that is, through eating healthy and lots of fruits and vegetables and whole unprocessed foods. So.
Yeah, and it's just really interesting as he explains it, those sort of things that that you eat, if, with you don't, and he says you don't have to be like a complete plant-based diet, but when it gets down to it, you want to have as high percentage of that as possible in your diet. And he says, through these studies and everything, to show that, it shows that this is really does, even almost reverse some issues you might have, so you might be feeling like achy and full of pain and all that sort of stuff, that feels like it's something you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. But, he shows and talks about how if you move towards that type of diet, you can really reverse that stuff, not just take, not just a kind of a way of dealing with it, but actually reversing it. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think I heard somewhere, and I don't have the stat, but I think I heard something like 95% of diseases are have to do with diet. Like they can be reversed through diet. They can be, a lot of diseases come from poor diet. Mm-hmm. So eating healthy is really, really important. So.
Yeah. Let's see. We got a question here. I'd like to welcome M to the show, but Emma asks, what's your favorite green to grow? Like if you could only grow one, what would be your favorite green to grow, Sarah, if you could only grow one?
Definitely spinach. I love spinach and use it all the time. Eat it fresh, cooked. We even dehydrate it and powder it. And my younger brother doesn't eat vegetables very well, but he will eat this powdered spinach when we add it into foods, and so it's incredible. We love spinach.
So you sneak it in there on him, which is really a great way to get things done like that for sure. And again, you kind of got mine too, because spinach is my favorite thing to grow. It's, I got a few different varieties I put out there, and I just got to spread seeds and I throw them all around and everything. Just let the spinach grow everywhere during the cool season. And here where I live too, is it'll grow all winter long, even if it starts snowing. Those that spinach will be just fine tucked up underneath of the snow and everything too. So I mean, spinach is a great one to grow for sure.
Yeah, it's amazing how cold hardy it is. We've had some go all through the winter here too.
Yeah. All right, well, let's keep moving along here with our interviews today. Let's see. Next up, let's talk to another good friend of the show, someone who I've, had so much fun over the years doing different videos and things with, is our good friend Wendy Fan from wendyland.com.
So, all right, everybody, here we are with our good friend Wendy Fan from wendyland.com. Wendy, how's the show going?
Going great, thanks.
Been
I'm
going?
tired, but so much fun talking to everyone, educating them, and I'm learning a whole lot of things from people, seeing everyone coming from different places, and like just the cultural aspect of it, and sharing how they prepare their foods, because I grow a lot of edibles as well as
A lot of
non-edibles.
rare edibles and
yeah,
stuff,
and
too.
so if somebody actually knows the plant, like, oh yeah, I used to have that all the time in Italy or wherever they're from, like, how did you make that? It's so
Right.
exciting to come up with these conversations.
Yeah, that's awesome. And as you can see here, Wendy's also a speaker at this show. She's probably getting ready or thinking about her talk right now, as it's probably coming up here just real shortly, right?
Yeah, shortly.
What are you going to be talking about here at the show?
Purposeful urban gardening. So I'll be picking out a couple of my favorite plants to share, why I grow them. So from food, like how you prep it for food, to like other ways you can use it besides just eating.
Yeah. And speaking of plants, look at this. We've got all these awesome plants. Well, actually, we're a lot more. Wendy's been selling some plants here at the show for sure. But lots of, like she said, really cool, rare stuff. You want to let us know about a couple of them that you got here?
Yeah, one of the ones hard to find is this caper plant. It's a caper bush. If you guys are familiar with Mediterranean food, like a lot of Italians and dishes with like seafood or something, you like using it to pickle. It's actually the flower buds of this plant. So this one's actually really hard to germinate. And then the other one, actually, I think that's really cool, is back here. This, again, it's a tropical onion. It does not need to be cold stratified. So you just plant each one of these in, and it'll just grow like a bunch. It's almost like a bunching onion, the way it grows. So really cool, easy to grow. You can harvest the tops, or pull out the buds, the bulbs.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's really cool. Kind of hard to find around here.
Yeah. And lots of other different varieties of all the other stuff.
Yeah,
We got some
elephant ear. That's actually the edible kind.
Ashitaba, some rock samphire, which I got to taste in her garden, right out of her garden on one of our visits a couple years back.
So much fun to have a taste. Yeah.
Absolutely. And if you're not here at the show, one of the things too is you can order some of these plants from Wendy. Tell us about where you can order.
Where am I from? 1990s. Wendyland.com, and I ship, within the U.S. Find me there or on YouTube, and you'll get more information about certain, the plants and I guess food and all that kind of stuff. I think it's related. So
and all of the fun and joy of gardening, because I'm going to tell you what, Wendy's probably one of the more fun people in gardening. I love your videos. You bring a lot of joy and fun to gardening. It's really great. So definitely check out Wendy, wendyland.com, on YouTube, link down below.
All right. Another great interview there. And Jay was actually, and I didn't even really think about this when I was saying this, but Wendy was actually our very first guest for the Let's Get Growing show. She's always been, like I said, a really great friend of ours, and we've gone down to her gardens down in Los Angeles a couple of times to do some videos, and of course, I've caught up with her each and every year. I think both Wendy and I have been going to the Heirloom Exposition for just as long, so it's always really great to catch up with her as well when we're down there. And like I said, everybody there too, because it's just such a fun event and gives us all a chance as gardening video creators, to be able to get together. And not only that, one of the things that we do too is kind of help each other do some filming. So some of these video interviews, Wendy helped me film them, and then some of her interviews for some of her videos that she'll be putting out on the Heirloom Exposition, I helped her film. And then as well, John Kohler, I help him film his stuff as well too. So if you want to check out any of their videos, of some of their upcoming videos of the National Heirloom Exposition, again, check out the links down below to their channels there, and then you can see some of those coming up. And then you'll know that if you see her behind or in front of the camera and it looks like someone's filming it, it's me for sure. I'm back there helping them get all of that stuff done. So another fun part of what we all get to do there, and help each other out as far as making videos and everything too. So let's see here, Sarah. Let's get in and do another trivia question. What do you think?
Sounds good.
All right, let's do the intro. All right. Next question is,
why is heirloom produce considered better tasting than hybrid produce? A, it is adapted to a certain region. B, it is purer. C, it comes in brighter colors. Or D, it contains more nutrients.
all right. Jump in there and let us know what you think the answer is to that one, and we'll catch back up with that answer here in just a few minutes. I'm going to play. But I'm going to play our next interview, but I just wanted to kind of mention too, like I was saying with Wendy and John and all of them who we get together and do all of that. Our next interview is from someone I haven't actually really done any videos with yet. Which is kind of surprising because he's literally like my first original heirloom friend that I met when I went to my very first heirloom exposition. And I was walking around, and all of a sudden I saw this guy who I recognized from John Kohler's videos. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're Josh Cunnings from Boogie Brew. And I always just love this guy's character when when he's on John's videos. They just have some real fun together, but he's very expressive about about how he feels about things and different stuff, especially when it comes to chemicals and those sort of things, and organic gardening and all of that. And what he really pushes with his company Boogie Brew is really good organic gardening through some really high powered compost tea that he sells. But again, just a really good friend. And so let's check out that interview with Josh Cunnings. So, all right, everybody, we can't hang out here at the National Heirloom Expo doing a bunch of interviews and not catch up with our good friend, probably one of my original heirloom buddies, Josh Cunnings from Boogie Brew, who really introduced me to John and really kind of helped me set on my way, man. So I really have to say thank you to you for everything you've done for me and helping me out.
How long ago was that?
Oh man, was this 16 or 17? Was it
8 years?
Man, it's amazing the time and all that stuff and everything. But yeah, so how was the expo for you this year? I remember the days in Santa Rosa and having fun, but I've noticed, actually, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to ask you how it was going, but I'm just going to tell you real quick. I think you probably had the most fun expo this year that I've seen you have in all the years so far. Yeah. So what do you think?
I'm not going to disagree with that statement. Every expo has been fun. I'm feeling a passion vibe, really passion, you know.
It really grew this year. So
I'm
many
feeling
people,
a passion.
all that, exactly.
Yeah, a passion fueled by panic because of our society, you know, and its imminent breakdown.
Right.
And this is it. This is what I said earlier to John. This is the global epicenter for thought leadership in horticultural consciousness, right here at the 2024 Heirloom Expo. Yes, I wanted it to be back up in Sonoma County in my old stomping, you know, my stomping grounds. But this is where it's needed. You know, down in SoCal,
here, it's like
this is where it's needed. Yeah,
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about Boogie Brew, though, too. We got to get together with Josh here and do some compost tea videos eventually and all of that. But tell us a little bit about what you do here at the expo and talk about the Boogie Brew and all of that.
What do we do here? We bond with the permacultural audience, a lot of whom already know and love Boogie Brew, and a lot of who are new to tea and haven't brewed before. And Boogie's a great, you know, intro to that. I mean, I like to think that our bulk granola tea recipe is a great value, and that we do a real IBM business model on the hardware. So we sold a bunch of air pumps and you know, the air stones and of course the water filters. So,
water filters for your compost tea, really important.
And honestly, but I'm not here to sell product, you know. I'm here to, you know, just catch that vibe and bond. And we gave away, what do? We give away a lot of tea, you know. We give away a lot more than we sell, that's for sure. 1,000 samples later.
Right,
Leah made a bet with me that we wouldn't get through them all. We were pretty much by this morning, 2 days is a record. Usually they're gone by day one. So,
right.
But we brought more this year, so.
Perfect. So awesome.
But yeah, I mean, this is the future. This is what we must do, is turn suburbia into agri-hoods. And all the tools that are needed, all the mental tools, all the physical tools, all the know-how are all right here at this Heirloom Expo. And in fact, I met some kids today who are, one of them is a hardcore, they are the future, a hardcore bike bum, come to my property in Humboldt and help me not butcher it, you know, and have it be that permacultural bike camp oasis, you know. And they work for an NGO, I forget the name, that's now currently not funded, but will probably get funding again, doing urban guerrilla farming. You know what like you should. I mean, I'm going to connect you with these guys, okay? Right here in LA, where it's desperately needed, and they're the future. They're who the older geezers like us are looking towards. Like we, you know, they know that what we own owns us. They don't want to own anything. They know that health is our only wealth. They're the future, and it was just so cool. And I truly hope to work with them. And if I don't, that's okay. I'll see them next year, and they'll give me more progress reports on getting stuff done where it really needs to happen. Not at Josh's bike camp, but right here in the suburbs, you know.
That's right.
So I can't repeat it enough. You know, World War III is upon us. It's the battle to save us from ourselves, and the people that can fight that battle and successfully win that battle are all right here at Heirloom. There we go. Yeah, let's have a seat.
Just for a moment here.
SOES. There we go. That's better. Thank you, Enoch. Stressed out. SOES. Stressed out exhibitor syndrome.
That's
you know, end of 3 days. That's better. Now you said that you've never seen me more relaxed or having more fun at the show.
That's right. That's right. Well, it's always great to catch up with you for sure. That's one of the main reasons I love about getting here, is to get to catch up with all my friends and people who we've built a really great, strong community around all of this. And it's only growing and getting bigger. And I've been expressing to everybody here is that, you know, more and more of this, and come be a part of this. If you're out there and you haven't had a chance to come here to Southern California, you've got to come out here. You've got to come hang out with all of us. You got to get to the Heirloom show. It's the only future there is. There is no other future. All these other shows, expos, symposiums, gatherings, you know, all of them, they're meaningless. They really are, because they're about entertaining ourselves to death, which is what we're doing as a species. The Roger Waters album from 1991, Amused to Death. The alien anthropologists, they land on this planet and they find our dead shadows all grouped around our TV sets, and they log all the data in their sets, you know, and they run down every explanation, and the only one they have left
is that this species has amused itself to death, okay?
That's right.
Heirloom, none of these, I guarantee you, not one of these people that come and visit Heirloom are into taking cruise ships for vacations, okay? Maybe they have in the past and they found out how meaningless that is, all right? Not one of these people gives a rat's ass about how many Mercedes are in their damn driveways. They care about how many raised beds are in their driveways.
There you go, right?
And I'm telling you, that is our only hope.
That's right.
Everything right here. So I know I'm a little manic
You
and
know what?
tired right now,
I'm
but
just saying, you know
I'm
what?
buzzing off
your-
of that. Make it happen, Captain.
With your
Heirloom
enthusiasm
energy,
and
you know.
passion, we're just, you know where we're heading. We're going in the right direction.
There's people that are more
All of that.
passionate than I am. I met a lady from Marin, and she's so obsessed with saving the bees and realizing how they're just getting wiped out everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And she's come up with this political system, a digital outreach. She did this she devoted a year of her life. She will donate that system in a digital, template form, a $5,000 setup website and everything to any community that want to save your honeybees.
Yeah.
Because guess what? The bees maybe have 5 years left, apparently. And guess what? We would have 5 years left once. All I know is the bees are goners, okay? They are pretty much goners, and so are we. No. Heirloom,
and a lot of our
we're here to
native
stop
ones
that
too.
from
We
happening.
want to be concerned with our natives as well.
Yep.
This is something that we ignore too much about, is those sort of things. And yeah, again too, it's just building up that knowledge, building up that awareness of different things. And you're not going to find a better place to find people who are really like-minded and concerned about these sort of things than you will here. And again, Josh, thank you so much for joining with us.
My pleasure. Thank you for doing this,
and all
Enoch.
of
You're
that.
a hero. This guy's a soil warrior, not tomorrow's oil worrier. This is the urban gardener. Again, he knows, all right? This man owns very little, all right? He's doing this all on a freaking shoestring budget. So thank you so much for keeping it real, bro.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, the
so
world
much.
needs
Absolutely.
more TUG.
That's right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that,
you're
Josh.
welcome.
And everybody, go and check out. I'll have a link down below
Yep.
for Boogie Brew, and check it out. All of that too. Yeah, give this guy some love. He gives
you.
everybody love. So thanks, Josh, so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. What I say, Josh is one passionate person who really, really truly believes in what he believes and wants to fight for a better future and all of that too. I think it's great. He's so fun to hang around with. And again, too, you can check out Josh as well in the link below in his Boogie Brew YouTube page there as well too, on John Kohler's channel. He does lots of different videos, again talking about pesticides and all sorts of different chemical fertilizers and things like that. So he really cares about things. And it's just so great to be able to get together and hang out with him and catch up on all those things. All right, Sarah, let's get down and check out the answer to our trivia question today.
All right, so the question was, why is heirloom produce considered better tasting than hybrid produce? Is it A, it has adapted to a certain region, B, it is purer, C, it comes in brighter colors, or D, it contains more nutrients?
I saw some answers in the chat there. Let's see, Sarah. So what is the answer?
The answer is A. The reason heirloom produce tastes really good is because it tends to grow, like each type of heirloom produce tends to become adapted to specific regions. And of course you can usually grow them in other areas as well, but it's that local native growing quality that actually is what helps heirloom produce to taste as good as it does.
Man, I'm telling you, heirlooms are delicious.
They're awesome. Nothing compares.
That's right. And folks can find some heirloom. You have some heirloom seeds available as well in your seed shop.
Yep. All I sell are heirlooms, and several dozen varieties of your basic garden essentials. Lots of different brassicas, greens, herbs, tomatoes, peppers, carrots. Got a nice variety.
Excellent, excellent. Definitely get down below in a link to Sarah's seed shop as well too, so you guys can go and check out and buy some of Sarah's seeds that she's got there. I mean, you're not going to beat the price, I'll guarantee you that. I think they're only 75 cents a packet, right?
Yeah, that's right. And then right now I've also got German hardneck garlic and elephant garlic. The German hardneck is $4 per bulb. The elephant garlic is $5 per bulb. So not going to beat those prices either.
Yeah, that's for sure. Definitely. I saw some garlic for sale even down at the Heirloom Exposition, and I think they were still a dollar or more compared to what you're talking about there too. So you're not going to beat the prices. Not only that, you're going to get a good amount of seed as well too. She doesn't skimp on her seed packets for sure. So you'll definitely want to get down below sarahseedshop.com and go and buy some essential garden seeds, heirloom seeds from Sarah's Seed Shop there, and get stocked up for your next year's garden and all of that as well too. You'll definitely want to do that. And before we get moving on to our next interview and guest here, we're going to talk to a couple of guys that represent Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company. One of them kind of helps hunt down some of the different seeds that Baker Creek offers in their catalogs in their seed shop at rareseeds.com. And Mitch, who is in our interview coming up, he's also written a book too, The Seed Hunter, and that's going to be coming out here this next month, as well as the other gentleman in our next upcoming interview here is Ryan from Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company. And people might be getting a little familiar with Ryan if you know Baker Creek at all and their social media and everything. Ryan is quite the character, and he definitely shows that off in a lot of their different reels and different content that Baker Creek's been putting out lately. So it was a fun conversation talking with Ryan and Mitch from Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company.
All right, everybody, here we are. We're here at the, I don't know, what do we got? Nice cool little couches. This is a real relaxed station you've got set up.
The old Groovy Lounge right here.
Yeah, right here with everybody who's been paying attention to Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company's media and all that sort of stuff. You've probably seen Ryan on some of these really fun videos and all that sort of stuff. And then we also got Mitch here as well too, from
old boys from
UK
across
as
the
well
pond.
here.
Yep.
Excellent, you guys. So real quick here, first I just want to ask you a little bit about the Heirloom Expo this year. I mean, how's it going this year? What have you been really enjoying most about this year's exposition?
Mitch, go for it.
I think the best thing about this expo is been all of the rare fruit on offer. You know, there's some really interesting exhibitors here that have got an abundance of really rare and unusual, interesting fruits, things that I've never seen before. The Hershey's bean, I don't even know what it's called right now.
Superfood. Yeah, I agree with you.
It's white elderberries, all sorts of things that I never even knew existed.
We've got two growers I went out on the floor and found that are here that have one in there. They don't know each other except that over 1,000 varieties of rare superfruit in their collection. Rare cactus, giving rare fruit right down to all the lychee and the super food stuff that grows here in the Southern California. This is really exciting.
Yeah, so much great stuff here. I love coming here year after year and all of that. Actually, I was just listening to you talk to someone else, and you mentioned something I just really wanted to dig into a little bit too. You guys toured around in England together, and we're checking out and finding more rare seeds and all of that.
This old boy took me all the way to England, and we cruised and saw English allotments, English garden-style cottages, Baker Creek seeds, and people, just gardeners in their place, doing what they do. And to me, it was just amazing.
Yeah. and that's where you're from, right? So it's great to kind of bring him along and show him all these great places.
Yeah, it's pretty much a tour guide of the UK, tailor-made around sustainable agriculture, seed-saving, farming, and we went to visit some incredible places, from going to Roots Allotment, which is a new allotment site getting communities back on the land, to going to visit the no-dig guru himself, Charles Dowding.
Oh, incredible.
Really?
Yeah, and this old boy on his 4-acre farm grew one of the first and rarest cucumbers. We took that in UK. We took that cucumber. We happened to be, where were we, Mitch?
Cucumbers are like one of my favorites.
We were at
4-acre farm, and we was growing over there ancient Caracello cucumbers. So
the Caracello, that's right. Yeah.
It's actually a melon, but it's eaten and treated as a cucumber. And these things are a little bit sweeter with a little bit more of a delectable crunch, and just makes a good alternative to regular cucumbers. They're from Armenia, but they were popularized in ancient Rome. And yeah, they're just a delightful.
We gave an offering back to the land right at Stonehenge. Oh, really? We launched that cucumber right into the earth, man. Yes. Security didn't know. They were like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" We explained to them what we're up to. They were like, "That's cool." Oh, right. They went from wanting to, drag the American out in cuffs to, well, all right, if it's the very first Caracello grown in the UK, and they were okay with it.
So. Amazing. So real quick, back to the Heirloom Expo. Last question for you. What's your favorite event or part of this exposition?
I think the favorite part of the expo is the seed swap, because there's an incredible amount of people here that have rare seed collections, and you just never know what you're going to find on that table. And then that's probably equally matched by the connections in the community and people here that you can just chat to, and just forming partnerships and friendships that are going to be lifelong.
It really is a family event, and everybody here that we come in contact with is close, is full of joy. There's just friendship, we eat together, we find each other, people are cruising. There's so much to see. And then there's some resting places. Even when you rest, you're just hanging out and you're kind of embraced with a cushion of believers. Everybody that's here believing in what we're doing. That's a lot of energy.
And that's one of the things I talk about a lot on my channel and everything, is building community around one of the best communities, and that's the gardening community.
Seeing you do that,
yeah. And it's just it's just exceptional, and this is one of the greatest places to kind of come together. As I like to say, and as you mentioned really eloquently, is that a family. This is like the Baker Creek Heirloom family. Come join this family and join with us again next year for the 2025 Heirloom Exposition. Right, guys. And real quick, any last thing you'd like to say, and then let anybody know where to find you or anything that is well you might like to let anybody know about.
Yeah, I'd just like to say big up to Joe Gettle. Without him, we wouldn't even all be sitting here today. So big up Joe for Mr. Baker Creek himself for putting on this big boy festival. And you can find me on Instagram. It's Mitch_Grows, and my book is called The Seed Hunter. And my full name is Mitch McCulloch. And here in America, it'll be available in Barnes & Noble or on the Baker Creek website when it comes out on the 6th of October.
Awesome.
Hey, thank you. You can find me at rareseeds.com. But if you'd like to reach out, you'll see us there. Connect with us there. I'm also Essence of the Earth for our farm products, our herbs, our steam distillations, passion for bringing just the essence from the herbs of the earth to the hands of the people. It's just a small, humble, artisan distilled essential oil line getting out there. But you find me Essence of the Earth, global.com.
Right on, guys.
And appreciate you, man, being here.
My
favorite part of here are the new gardeners. You meet people over, and the ones that they want to tell you secretly, hey man, I'm only 2 years into gardening, and you get people that are at all different walks in the faith.
It's just awesome. Amazing. It's amazing. So get out here, 2025. We'll see you there.
Right on, right on. And as Bevan would say, that's just a couple of cool cats right there for sure. Definitely, definitely check out them again. Like I said, all of our guests and all of our interviewees are down below in links that we have to their different channels. Go and check them out. Go show some love. Leave some comments on one of their videos, all that. Let them know that you saw them here on the Let's Get Growing show. Awesome, awesome. Well, we've been cruising right along here, Sarah. We're just about done. I've only got like one more interview to go.
Oh wow! And I've got some good interviews.
Yeah, it was a really, really fun show. Hopefully, you know, again, too, you know, maybe you get a chance to get down to Southern California and check them out, or and too, you live not too far. I mean, you're closer. You're actually closer to the Baker Creek Farm than I am from the National Heirloom Exposition. What'd you say, it was like 3 hours away?
Yeah. We drove down and back in a day. So
Yeah, it takes me about 11 hours or so to get down there.
wow. That's a long.
Yes, it's definitely a long drive for a really great fun event, but it's definitely fun. And for me, like I said, I live in Southern Oregon. I'm only about 25-30 minutes from the California border. And so most all of that driving, 11 hours to take to drive all the way through the state of California is what it is basically to get down there. And I'll share with y'all one thing that did happen while I was down there. I was fortunate enough to be able to go stay with a friend out of Malibu down there, which is about 45 minutes from the Ventura County Fairground there. And I was staying with them. And early the next morning when we were getting up to get ready to head out to the exposition, all of a sudden, man, and I'm telling you, and I've had this experience several different times, but it still took me by quite a surprise. But we ended up having a 4.7 earthquake. And I mean, the ground and the whole house and the windows were shaking and all of that. They had a pool in the back. You could see the water, you know, flowing around and all of that. You know, it was just really kind of crazy, this whole earthquake that was going on. In fact, they had these big beams, wood beams for their ceiling, and the ceiling that you could see that are exposed wood beams. And you can just see these things shaking and wobbling. And you look up and you're like, should I be under them or away from them or what's going on? But I'll tell you one thing, though, like I said, I have experienced some earthquakes before. One up in Washington called the Nisqually quake back in, I think, around 2001, 2002 or something. And that was, I think, like a 6.2. And that was a real rough one. And then I've also experienced like a 7.1 out of Alaska before. And several other earthquakes I've actually got to experience, California, and then I, you know, several up in Alaska there. But out of all of those earthquakes, I've never been so close to the epicenter of an earthquake before. I mean, that epicenter was right there in Malibu. I mean, I was right on top of where that earthquake, you know, came out of, and it was pretty crazy. But you want to know what the craziest thing about this whole experience, that whole experience was that so the earthquake lasted about 10-12 seconds or so. But by around the 9th second of this earthquake, my phone was already rattling. iPhone or whatever the earthquake alert system that they have was, you know, was going off and shaking, saying earthquake detected. Right as this earthquake is happening towards the very end of the last few seconds of it. And then I talked to Wendy, you know, later in the day when I was asking her, hey, did you guys feel that earthquake? And she said that her phone went off, you know, just a few seconds before the shaking reached them. So, I mean, what a crazy alert system to be able to be that fast and that on top of it. Have you ever been in an earthquake, Sarah?
No, I've never experienced one. I actually had a horrible fear of them when I was a kid, but never actually experienced one. So that sounds like it was a crazy experience, being right there on top of it. Like, be a little terrifying.
Yes, it definitely was, for that initial reaction, because any earthquake, even at 4.7, which most of Southern California is built for, these to them, that was just, that was just a day in the park for them down there. But, you know, your body just has an instinct to when things just aren't right. And when the earth starts shaking like that, I mean, I just, without even thinking about it, I was up and about like, what do I do? Without before I even realized what exactly was going on.
Wow. Good for instincts, right?
Yeah, exactly. My mind and body knew, like, hey, wait a minute, something's not right here. Well, right on, everybody. We're going to be winding down here in a moment. I've got one last interview for all of you, and I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to our co-host for today, Sarah. Thank you so much for spending your time with us tonight, even though, again, too, I don't know what these crazy technical sound difficulties are here. I'm going to have to get that figured out here in the next couple of days. But it was really awesome to take your time tonight. Enjoy.
Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, and you know what? One of the, where are they? What was it? Oh, I just wanted to say this. There we go. I saw these. Granny Sam said, "I planted some of Sarah's boxcar Willie tomatoes." Oh my! And Adam also said, "That's dirt cheap for garlic."
Yeah, I'm thinking I may have to raise the prices at some point, but I really like offering, seeds and garlic. I like offering it for cheap. I won't raise them until I have to.
That's right. Don't raise them until you have to. And again, as well, it's just such a great value, such a great amount of seeds that you give for the little price that you charge for your seeds. They're great seeds. So again, I encourage everybody, if you can, definitely check out the link down below to Sarah's Seed Shop at sarahseedshop.com. And before you go and check out all them seed catalogs that are going to be showing up in your mail here in the next couple of months with all those amazing, awesome varieties like Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company offers and all of that, definitely go and get all of those essential garden seeds that you need for your garden at sarahseedshop.com. And one last time, Sarah, thank you so much for joining with me tonight.
Thanks for having me. It's been great.
Excellent. Again, too. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. One last interview, and I just wanted to kind of say before we get on to this last interview, we kind of mentioned and talked about him just a little bit there. I've been such a huge fan. In fact, as you can all see, actually, just right here is my stack of whole seed catalogs. And when I discovered the Baker Creek catalogs and all of that years ago, I just totally fell in love with this company and the varieties and the way that they present everything. Also, the kind of the company and what they're about and how they do business and everything as well too. I know some people have kind of talked a little bit about some of the controversy this last off season as they were looking to introduce the Purple Galaxy tomato, which ended up being a GMO. But one of the things that's great about this company is that when some sort of situation comes up like that, they immediately take care of that situation and immediately took all of those seeds off of their shelves and made sure that they weren't out and offered or sent out to anybody, because they have they're really against the idea of GMO seeds. And this was the first time that GMO seeds were going to be available to seed sellers and home gardeners. And again, I really commend them for being really a stand-up company when it comes to all of that. Plus, one of the things about this National Heirloom Exposition too is that it's it's not a nonprofit, but profit isn't what it's geared for. All of the money that they make from the National Heirloom Exposition goes to school garden programs, and they do a lot for different school garden programs. You do know or have any school garden programs that could use some help or use some seeds, definitely have them contact Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company, because they'd be happy to help and do things to help teach young people all about growing and gardening, and you know, the wonders of pure food and heirloom produce and seeds and all of that as well too. You know, they also, you know, will throughout the year, you know, if something happens, a hurricane devastates a country or some sort of part, you know, that people need help and all of that, they will, you know, start raising money by seed sales that they do, and given all their profits from their seed sales on certain weeks, you know, they'll like take a week. They'll say, in the next week, we're going to take all of the profit from all the sales, and we're going to send them out to these different charities that help with some of these issues that, you know, pop up and arise and create difficult problems for people, and they're there to help. You know, it's one of the things, again, like I said, that I really dig about Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company. They're really a family company. They treat their employees and the people who work for them at the Baker Creek farm there in Missouri like family, and all of us who come and visit the National Heirloom Exposition are treated like family as well too. That's why I love this exposition so much. I think it's just one of the great gatherings, and I hope over the next few years that where they are in Ventura will grow even more, and that you will get a chance yourself as well to get down there and see what they have growing on at the National Heirloom Exposition, and come join the Baker Creek Heirloom family at the National Heirloom Exposition. So without further ado, let's have our last interview with Jared Gettle, founder of Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company.
All right, everybody, again to the man, Jared Gettle, Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company, another really wonderful, it's the very end of the show, mind you, I'll let everybody know. Everything's winding down. We just got done watching everybody clear all the tables in the exhibition hall, and it was just amazing. Really, really great show this year. Jared, what do you think?
I think it's been amazing to meet people in so many different places and seen so much produce, and it's just an amazing time.
It is. And compared to last year too, which I thought was really great and amazing, because being a first year back last year. So how do you feel about that? You know what I mean? Last year was the first year back after like 3 years. And then to see it from there, changing location, and now being here in Southern California.
It's just an amazing experience. It's amazing to be right here on the beach. I miss things about the old location. I miss some of the people, but then we meet so many new people, plus a lot of the old people that have been coming for years.
Yeah.
So it's just, standing here and right along, feeling the sea breeze, and then seeing all the tropical vegetables and fruits, as well as pumpkins, and it's just, overwhelming. It's kind of sad to see it winding down. It's
I know.
Wonderful, kind of a big gardeners.
We look forward to this so much, and I was talking to Ryan just a little bit earlier too about that and that kind of idea. This is our Baker Creek Heirloom family in a way, and everybody can be a part of it. That's what the thing is greatest thing about it. All you gotta do is come down and join, and you're part of the family here.
Half the people I met were from right around in this area, and half the people were from a distance. So it was great to meeting people from San Diego and Ohio, and then meeting people from right here in Santa Barbara, and Ventura and Ojai, and this whole little region right here in LA. The people within an hour or so, and then meeting people 3, 4, 10 hours. People traveled 12 hours to get here. It was amazing. Like yourself.
I know, exactly. I drove almost 12 to get here, but everything. But I love it so much. Another thing I wanted to ask you about too is one of the other things that's always made the older location so much fun, and things that go on today too, as I saw tons of kids rolling around. The education part of this exposition is just bar none for sure, and to getting to see all these excited kids running around checking out all this sort of stuff.
And I've seen a lot of the kids stand at the vendors and just listen, and are really interested in asking questions today. It was really a great group of kids. Nobody disturbing anything that I saw.
They were so great.
Everybody was interested in sampling the fruits. It was exciting.
Fun, dancing to the music.
doing some crafts in the kids
Getting
hall,
out of the city a
all
little
that sort
bit
of
here
stuff.
on the fairgrounds and just running around and getting some sunshine and
exactly
enjoying all the plants and getting to meet people from all over. So.
It's so great. So real quick here, I know it's going to be really hard, but really, what is your favorite part of the National Heirloom
I think
Exposition?
it's meeting people in so many different places and hearing their stories.
Okay, I like that answer. It's a little political for me. You're covering the ground here.
The produce is the other. The produce from all over and the people from all over. I don't know which I like better, but I think the people. I have to say the people, but I mean, I really love hearing all the stories. And meeting people and making connections and trading seeds and
the seed swap is amazing.
But my number one thing is the people, and number two is it's almost equal is the amazing amounts of produce. I like just trying new things.
Again, too, in a combination of almost what is really my favorite part too is I just got done doing the live stream to show everybody what it's like as you're closing down, and it is kind of a happy, sad kind of thing because we are winding down. This is coming to a close, but at the same time, it's so cool to watch the energy of people get so excited for clearing those tables and taking home that produce and getting to, you know what I mean, really take home a part of this exposition.
Build up and come down. It's amazing how it all comes in. It's like, how is this going to all come in? And it all just somehow appears, disappears.
That's so great. Well, right on, Jer. Thank you again so much for another wonderful exposition.
Thank you. It's an honor to have you here. I really appreciate it. And we're going to have you down to Missouri to the farm sometime.
We definitely got to do that. I'm so looking forward to doing that real soon. So we'll definitely do that. And again, so much thank you for all of this. It just really makes my year and all of your efforts just so awesome.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right, everybody. Get down here. 2025 National Heirloom Exposition, Ventura, California. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, again, nice conversation there with Jer. And like I said, just a really wonderful, awesome show. And again, thank you all so much for being here today and joining me for this evening special edition, the 2024 National Heirloom Exposition special edition live stream that we've done tonight. Even though we've had some technical difficulties and had to start all over again, it was really worth it. And hopefully, and I haven't got to hear back how bad my sound was, but again, too, I apologize for that. Not too sure exactly what's going on with our program right now as far as that goes, but it was really great to have Sarah from Sarah's Seed Shop join with us today to, just talk about the Heirloom Exposition, kind of hang out together with all of you and get to listen to all these great interviews and discussions with all of these great former guests too. We Wendy Fan, John Kohler, we haven't had Josh on before too, so I guess he's the only one really besides Ryan and Mitch too, I guess, who haven't been on our show before too, so we'll have to definitely get them on here onto some future shows. And as I mentioned too, Dr. Jeff Pierce we were talking about earlier, so we've got some great shows coming up for everybody. In fact, we're going to be right back to our normal time, Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, for a beekeeping weekend. We're going to have fun talking about beekeeping. I've never really, I've seen and been around a few different beehives, but I've never really been around one. So it's just something that really fascinates me, and it's going to be really. So we're going to talk about beekeeping this Saturday and Sunday. On our Saturday show, we're going to have David Burns Beekeeping as our featured guest, and we'll also be following the Hive Doctor as well too. He'll be joining us for our "Are You Following Me" segment, and then for our Sunday edition, we're going to continue the beekeeping conversation as well too with Cayman Reynolds from Tennessee Bees and Larissa Kwalczak from Beekeeping Made Simple. So a bunch of great fun discussions on beekeeping. We've got a bunch of other great guests lined up for coming up here in the coming weeks. In fact, I've been kind of loading up some of those shows for everybody to hit that notification button. So you can go on our live stream page here on the Urban Gardener, and you can click some notify buttons there too, so you can be notified of some of these upcoming live shows that we have, and we've got tons more coming as well. Also, too, and I haven't mentioned this yet, though, there is you can check out on our video homepage. In fact, what I'll do is I'll try to put a link in here as well, and I'm sure Jay will get this here in just a minute as well too. But I did put out a full National Heirloom Exposition exhibitor hall table tour. So now if you saw in some of those videos, we got they have a big exhibitor hall where they basically put out all of this just really great Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company produce that's grown there, and put out on all these tables. So they got tables and tables where you can literally just see this stuff as what it looks like grown, you know, and tons and tons of stuff. It's one of the best parts of this show. I mean, there's a ton of really great things about this show, but it's you know, getting to walk around those tables, getting to see the variety of all of the different produce that they have there, and all of the, you know, all of these are available through Baker Creek as well too. So you can, you know, just to get to see that, you know, in real life right there in front of you is just really great. So we went and did a whole table tour. I mean, I took you through all the different tables to check out all the squash and melons and beans and pumpkins and let's see what there's peppers, tomatoes. There's all sorts of great stuff there. So you'll want to check that out too. And again, too, that's just another fun part of the show. And again, hopefully you get a chance to check that out. Let's see here. I do want to mention to everybody real quick also, you know, as we're getting ready to end the show, definitely click the like button, hit the thumbs up, and click the subscribe, and again those bell notifications so you can be notified of our upcoming videos and streams. Definitely share with all of your friends and let them know about the Let's Get Growing show here every Saturday and Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And remember, follow all the links down below in the description to all of our great guests on all of our interviews today. And like I said, go click over there, go check out one of their videos, and leave them a comment on there and let them know that you saw them here on the Let's Get Growing show here on the Urban Gardener channel. That would be really awesome. And if you haven't had an opportunity yet too, I love to see you all over on our Let's Get Growing group. We have our great Let's Get Growing group over on Facebook where you all can share all of your gardens and garden pictures and all of that too with all of us here in the Urban Gardener community. We'd love to have you there. And again, that link is also right down below in the description. So again, I hope to see all of you coming up here for our beekeeping weekend here this Saturday and Sunday. And yeah, and what I'm going to do too here as we're ending the show, I'm going to play a little bit from that band. I mentioned that band, that Water Tower, which you heard some of their music in our first opening montage there. We're going to end the show with just a couple of songs that they played live at the National Heirloom Exposition. And I'll see all of you on our next show.
Yeah. all you do is think about someone that you miss and sing I miss you, whether they're here or not. All right, it goes like this.